Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome back to another video. Okay, let's check it out. Let's see what I got for you right now. If you like those classic American cars from the 60s, but they're not fully only sold in America, these cars were also quite popular in other parts of the world. Well, this is a car that has been sold in other parts of the world. They may change the name here and there a little bit, but at the end of the day, it's mostly the same type of car. So if you like those type of cars, this is the right video for you. What I have right now, it's a 143 scale 1969 VAM VAM Rambler American Rally. Now, if you're familiar with this car, it's basically a Rambler American that was introduced in Mexico. This is the Mexican version of it. VAM, if I'm not mistaken, is I'm gonna say how it's written in Spanish. Vehículos Automotores Mexicanos, which is in English, it introduces as Mexican vehicles, automobiles. Basically, it's like a repeated word. So it's literally like it's like a car factory built in Mexico that mostly sold only American cars into their local market. Again, if you're familiar with the Mexican market, they were one of probably number one exporters of the American cars beyond Canada. I think Canada and Mexico always been their major purchaser of American cars because they're neighbors, they're close by, and they kind of had the same uh, car needs that also the American people had. You know, all these three countries, they're big in size, they have space. It's not like in Europe, they're very cramped. These countries are very big, they have a lot of space in between cities and spaces, and they like big cars, so that's their nature. But passing that, this is basically, like I said, a Rambler American that were they started selling the Rambler American in Mexico in 1958. Obviously, this is not the 1958. This is more of the last year of the Rambler American. Now, given information about the Rambler American, so you understand more about this car, this vehicle in Mexico, they were only sold in this shape. But the Rambler American in America, they were sold as a two-door convertible, the two-door hardtop, and then we have a two-door coupe, and then we had a four-door sedan, and to top it all, we also had a four-door station wagon. So they were literally a lot of options. In Mexico, they were more limited. From what I read, they only had more of this vehicle offered as a Rambler American. Now, transmissions in this car, it was a three-speed manual. They had a three-speed with overdrive. They had a four-speed manual, a three-speed automatic, and a three-speed semi-automatic. So quite a big different options. Now, engines. I'm mentioning all the engines. I'm not sure which ones exactly were sold in Mexico, but they had a 3.2, a 3.3, and a 3.8 liter. These three were six-cylinder engines, gasoline or petrol. Then we had the V8 engines. There were a 4.8. There was a 5.6, and there was a 6.4 liter V8 engines. These cars, to me, they're quite not the most fancy in any way. They were more like probably more of the everyday look for a car. Like nowadays, like a Toyota Corolla, more or less. Even though it looks big, it's probably on the smaller size of the American cars back in the '60s. Like like the more like they probably call them a compact. I would probably say the shape again is not the most attractive, but again it did its job, and that's what they needed it for. I think that's the main points of this car. That's what they needed it for. All right, I'm gonna let this car go around a few times, and I'll be right back. All right, everyone. Before I forget, this is a diecast. If you haven't noticed already. Now, if you wanted to know more about these collections, this is a collection from a Mexican models that were sold throughout the years. A lot of those collections are American cars, but there's a few also European cars in that Mexican classic car collection. I think the Renault 12 is there, the Volkswagen Beetle is there. A few other ones I'm trying to remember now. I think also there's a few Japanese like a Datsuns. So you have a few options there. All right, everyone. Let me know in the comments below what you know about this car. What you have any information about this car that you want to add into it? It's not. I don't know much about the car itself. It's not my most wanted car. That I will probably excuse the motorcycle noise behind me. Is a guy going back and forth in my block, and he's really revving that engine. But going back to this, please comment below if you like this model, if you like the more as a wagon or a convertible or as a coupe like we're looking at right now. And don't forget to click and subscribe. And don't forget to give me that beautiful thumbs up. Thank you so much. I truly support your connection with the channel, your comments, and your anything that you like to say, comment below. You're more than welcome to comment and everything. Take care of yourselves more than ever, and goodbye.